Hey everybody, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Festivus. Whenever you're watching this, I'm recording this on Christmas and I'm putting it up on Christmas because I got some Criterions for Christmas and I wanted to show you some of the things that I got. And another thing I wanted to talk about is the format of this show. Do you like it more like this, or do you more like it when I'm on the couch? Just let me know. I actually want to hear your thoughts down below on which way I should take this angle. But here's a couple of things that I picked up a little bit prior to Christmas and also got on Christmas. And these are all Criterions, and then there's two other things I'm going to show you at the end of this video. So let's get started with the Criterions. Now, I've only seen two of these. I have not seen a couple of them. So I'm just going to start off with the things I have seen. The first being Life Aquatic. Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. This is a Wes Anderson film. Actually, this is one of the first ones that I ever saw by Wes Anderson. Actually, was not really too keen on it because it came out in 2004. I was around 12 years old. Really didn't understand the style of what Wes Anderson was all about, and really didn't really know what was going on in this movie. I liked Bill Murray at the time, if I recall, and really just didn't know what was going on. So fast forward, probably 5 or 6 years down the road, watched it again, really enjoyed it, and I finally have picked it up on Criterion on Blu-ray, because I used to have the Criterion on DVD before I picked this up, and I'm really happy to finally get this. I love this movie, and it's actually one of the only blue ones in my Criterion collection. I don't know if you can see it off the corner. Everything else is pretty red, black, and like white and yellow. So I'm really happy to have something blue over there. So next thing I'm going to show you is something I actually just saw recently. Maybe I want to say 2 or 3 months ago for the first time, but I love this packaging, and that's Rebecca. This is Alfred Hitchcock's film Rebecca with Laurence Olivier and Joan Fontaine. I can't say her name right. This is one of the first films that I actually saw by Hitchcock. I think it was my first one that I actually saw by him, and I was blown away by how great this film was, how much suspense was just given throughout the characters, and also just the idea of who Rebecca is. You kind of get a little background of why Laurence Olivier is a little just hesitant on talking about his past love with this girl named Rebecca, or who this person exactly is. And so I really enjoy this kind of silhouette looking piece. This Criterion is beautiful. I love this piece, and I love this movie. So there's another thing I added to my collection. These are the two things that I actually have seen, Life Aquatic and also Rebecca. So now we're getting to the things I have not seen ever in my life, but I finally picked up, and all I've heard is great things about each of these films. The first is the 1955 Diabolique. This is I want to say, it's a French film. Before Psycho, Peeping Tom, and Repulsion, there was Diabolique. It's a thriller from Henry Georges Clouzot. I'm probably saying all this wrong. Shocked audiences in Europe and the US. And so I really don't want to talk too much more about it, but because I don't really want to get any details. I don't want to know anything about this movie, really. I'm really excited to finally watch this. It's got a really cool package as well. I know nothing about it, so I always love things like this. I've heard really great things from some of my friends. Alright, next is another French film. This one from 1959 is Oshima Mon Amour. I think it's by Alain Resnais. I can't say his right name. Cornerstone of French New Wave. I know this is a love story between a Japanese architect and a French actress, and so I'm just really excited about this. This is post-World War II, after Hiroshima was bombed, and so I'm really looking forward to this movie as well. I've heard really good things as well, and so I mean, I love these types of films, so looking forward to this. Alright, next, we're moving from France to Germany. And that first German film, the only one I have, is actually Vampire, which actually has a stunning spine and back piece. This is a nice little packaging here. We have the writing of Vampire, the screenplay by Dreyer, and it's just got so many pages in here. I'll have to somehow read this someday. I'm going to have to watch the film first, and then I'll read the screenplay. And then we have Vampire. We have this little booklet that comes with it. Obviously, most Criterion have some kind of essay, film essay, that's always written about the film, and gives you the cast and credits and all of the about the transfers and stuff at the back of the page, and then usually has some kind of insight on what the film is or what surrounded the film or the director itself. So I'm really looking forward to this. This came out in 1932, right around the time that World War One, World War One. I apologize. World War II was kind of bubbling in Europe because we saw the rise of Hitler in the 30s, late 20s and early 30s. If this can actually fit, and that's what she said. All right, so Vampire, great movie. Can't wait to see it. I'm sure it's going to be great. So next is a Italian film called The Great Beauty. I know very little about this film, but from the people I've talked to that have actually seen this movie, they were kind of blown away by it. For decades, journalist, I'm going to say his name wrong, Giuseppe Gambardella, has charmed and seduced his way through the glittering nightlife of Rome. And then just through his 65th birthday, he unexpectedly found himself taking stock of his life, turning his cutting wit on himself and contemporaries, looking past his lavish nightclubs, parties, and cafes. So it's kind of an introspective kind of film on this guy's life. I don't really know anything about it. Also great packaging, some nightlife stuff going on. Got a nice little film essay with it as well, I'm sure, that I'll read. It's got a really great Blu-ray and DVD with it. Looking forward to watching that movie because I've heard good things about this as well. And last but not least, another great film that I've heard so much about that I finally got, and that would be In a Lonely Place. And this is 1950. This is directed by Nicholas Ray, and it's starring Humphrey Bogart. And so we got this really, if I recall, the people have told me, a lot of this is very, very new for me, talking about these kind of films. I'm more used to talking about films that everyone knows about. In a Lonely Place, I'm really looking forward to this. I've heard this is a downer to watch, but also really good character piece on some things. And so yeah, those are my Criterions that I picked up. I got some nice Criterions here. I can't wait to watch these again, and then also watch all of these. So there's actually one more thing I was going to show you, and actually there's two posters that I got. Woo! I actually already opened the top of these because they're kind of a bitch to open up by themselves. So let me show you what they are. And actually, I know they're out of frame, but I have an M. Bruges and also a Pan's Labyrinth poster that are the 27 by 40. And actually I just got, and this is going to probably take some effort, I actually just got these as well. That's a picture frame for it. So I'll put them somewhere in my apartment. That was a good sound. So what did I get? What posters did I get? The first one, I have no idea which one this was. I have two that I know which are. Of course. Yeah. Well, this is what happens when you... Okay. Alright. So the first one... Here, I'll get in the frame right here. The first one is John Carpenter's The Thing, which I'm really excited for to be put up on my wall. I just love this poster. So that's the first one that I got. And then now the second one, if you can see my face or not. Let's open this bad boy up. Another tape to open. Things keep falling out. No easy way to make this happen. Alright, the last thing. There it is. So front down. Might be better to... If I can open it up. It's Prisoners with Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal. It's actually my favorite Denis Villeneuve movie. I don't want to bend the poster too much, but that's what it looks like. If you've seen the movie poster, you know what I'm talking about. So yes, those are the things that I got. I have picked up a couple of Criterions and a couple posters, and Christmas was good this year. I hope next year is actually going to be a fantastic one. I'm actually approaching my first year on YouTube, and so I'm really excited to share this moment with all of you. I'll be doing some more things with my channel. I'll be doing more podcasts, more Blu-ray hunts, Blu-ray videos that involve just me having hauls, also just more movie reviews, and maybe some more new segments and some top 10 lists and whatnot. So tell me which style you like more. Do you like me more on the couch kind of angle where you can see my posters or anything? Or do you like me more right here where it's more intimate and you can see more of my collection? Just let me know down below in the comments. Give me a like. Don't forget to comment and tell me what you're thinking down below. Also forget to share, and don't forget to subscribe, because I'll see you next time. I'm not jonesing around.